Luger, and we're getting set to go. Let's watch those curtains as they open. This man has got it all. Lex Luger coming to the ring. He is the challenger.
An awesome individual. A tremendous individual, I must say that, Gordon. He's an intelligent, very intelligent individual. Talked with him on many occasions, and I'll tell you, he has got quite a following here in Florida, no doubt about that. Tremendous competitor. One that everyone has their eyes on.
Well, it's the most unusual matchup coming. 3 20-minute segments, if you will. In other words, this is a 2 out of 3 falls match. Each fall is 20 minutes. So, if there are 3 draws, the match will go 60 minutes. But there are 3 20-minute time periods. 2 out of that 20-minute segment is eliminated, and the fall goes to whomever takes it. I talked to Bob Roop, who is an associate of Lex Luger's beforehand when this contract was coming up for signing. Bob said he believed this would possibly go in the favor of Lex Luger, and he was all for it. But it was Ric Flair who insisted upon it. Waiting now for the NWA World Heavyweight Champion to come out, and this is what he's facing. 275 pounds of fighting fury in Lex Luger.
Well, Gordon, I must point out, it's not the first time there has been a unique contract with these two individuals. It hasn't been that long ago that there was a 5-minute stipulation for a 5-minute rest period between pinfalls, and as many of us know and many do not know, there was a particularly interesting situation that took place in that 1 5-minute rest period.
It certainly did, and it cost Luger the title. There you see some of the signs that are here tonight at the Ocean Center. Bring the belt home. Let's bring it home to Florida. Lex Luger, 5 years with the Green Bay Packers. And now, the NWA champion approaching, ladies and gentlemen. There he is, Ric Flair, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And what a champion he is. Truly a legend in his own time. Let's watch him as he approaches the ring for perhaps the toughest battle of his entire career.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one fall with a 60-minute time limit. The NWA World Heavyweight title is on the line. He is now entering the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, at a weight of 245 pounds, internationally known, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair. This is 2 out of 3 falls for the World Heavyweight Champion. Introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, at a weight of 285 pounds, Lex Luger.
And so, Lex Luger has been introduced. Ric Flair in another one of his really sensational robes. He spends anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 per robe. And in a moment, you're going to see the Diamond and Gold World Heavyweight Championship belt, the NWA World Title belt. And Flair loosening himself up on the ropes. And, hey, Rick, good to see you, my friend. Ric Flair offering a quick hand before he steps into battle against Lex Luger. Flair, 4 times world champion. Brother, he is traveling with the jet set. He's in a fast crowd.
He certainly is. Kind of reminded me of the original Rhinestone Cowboy with that robe. But I'm noticing, watching Lex Luger through all of this, Lex is ready. He is chomping at the bit. He is waiting. He's been ready for this rematch for some time, and he's just ready and waiting for that bell to ring.
Remember now, this is 2 of 3 falls. Warfare going on between the two. The referee calls for the bell, and the champion offers his hand. And so Luger accepts it. And so the battle is on. 3 20-minute time periods, 2 out of 3 falls. Champion and the champion, a look of utter amazement. Luger's only problem that I can see is perhaps over-anxiousness.
That could be his drawback just a little bit, Gordon. The fact that he is so over-anxious that it could be perhaps that adrenaline is flowing so hard that it could be a drawback. We did see him throw Ric Flair back onto the mat, but we'll have to see. I would say, just looking at Lex, he has got in his mind he wants to get this over as fast as possible. The intensity in his face as he is flexing right now, not only for the crowd, but for Ric Flair as well, who is outside of the ring. He's doing some psychological movement right now.
I notice that Flair has got some pretty bad bruises around the lower part of his rib cage. And so we may be seeing, in that respect, physically, a slightly flawed champion here. And that could prove to be an interesting benefit for the challenger, Lex Luger. Luger is in, I think, the finest condition I've ever seen him. Of course, I've never seen him in bad condition.
Absolutely. Well, you brought out a point there, Gordon. The fact that Ric Flair constantly is having to defend that World Heavyweight Championship belt. And perhaps he has met some very stiff competition, much as the likes as Lex Luger right now, and he's going to perhaps have a few more bruises before the night's over.
And it's Luger who outpowered him once again, and so Flair has been testing Luger, in my opinion, and thus far he has lost every battle of strength between the two. So if you were scoring it from a standpoint of an analysis right now, we'd have to give the strength factor to Luger. Of course, wrestling is so much more than just strength. It's leverage. It's a knowledge of the sport. It's human chess. So many other factors enter into it. Good top wrist lock now.
Just awesome, Gordon. Lex Luger has just got that adrenaline flowing. He has been powering Ric Flair for the last 3 minutes or so of this match, throwing him onto the mat many times. Just then, we saw that wrist lock, throwing him back. Lex is ready, and he's wanting to make quick work of this.
He is indeed, and remember, though, it's 2 out of 3 falls in the crowd. Now picking it up, and it is a mixed crowd. There are a lot of people here that think that Ric Flair is number 1, and a lot of people think that Lex Luger is number 1. And that issue is in the process of being settled. Partial go behind, drives a knee to the midsection of Lex Luger. Now has him back up against the ring posts. Flair. Ooh, brother, you could hear that chop resound all the way across the Ocean Center.
I think he's got Lex's attention. Lex did not like that whatsoever. I was watching in that move just before that. Ric Flair playing a little psychological ploy there, looking one direction and moving the other. He's got his own designs.
He has indeed, and once again, he catches him in the midsection. Once again, those chops into the throat. And now Flair looking with obvious disbelief, like, I can't believe this is really happening.
Well, he's taking an exit stage left, you might say. He's giving himself just a few more minutes to kind of figure out what's going on here. He is stepping outside of the ring altogether. And away.
Wait a minute. Flair. All right, psychological warfare. Flair breaking the momentum.
I think that's the major point, Gordon, is to break that momentum. Rick, obviously a veteran, having held that championship title many, many times, he knows how to break up that momentum, and I think he realizes with Lex, and perhaps the last couple of times, the last time they met, this is a good benefit for him to use against Lex Luger.
Once again, they lock up, and a test of strength between the two now. And Flair does have a deep, deep bruise to the left side of his body, just under the rib cage. And as you had mentioned earlier, of course, the champion goes everywhere. But just imagine that, you know, so many nights of the week, you go somewhere, you fly into a city, and you know that you're going to meet the very, very best wrestler there. So that Ric Flair does not have any kind of an easy ride. He's facing the best everywhere he goes.
He certainly is, and I know, I must say this much about Lex Luger, that if he indeed does happen to capture the World Heavyweight Championship, he is in the best physical shape, and as you mentioned before, we've not seen him in bad shape, but he is in excellent shape to do that kind of traveling and defend the title.
Well, he'll travel 300 to 400,000 miles a year. Luger up and over. And a beautiful counter by Luger has Flair to the canvas. And Flair backing away.
Well, that was right to that bruised section you had pointed out where Ric Flair happened to land on his left lower chest. And I'm sure that he is reeling from that. Although he's not showing the pain, I would have to imagine that kind of thrust would bring his attention to pain.
Once again, Flair moves in. Collar and elbow once again is Luger getting the side headlock. And so, another way of looking at this, perhaps, is that Flair, as sharp an individual as he is, might be looking for flaws, might be looking for little chinks in the armor of one Lex Luger. He has tried him out for power, found out he's not going to be able to take him that way. So he will resort once again to either his speed or his cunning. Ooh, oh, brother, did he catch him with a chop in the throat. Reversal by Luger. And it is Luger pressing the World Heavyweight Champion high over his head.
Luger is reeling. He is happy about that. And Ric Flair is in pain. No doubt about that, Gordon. A little bit of perhaps a little paralysis, I might say, to his left side.
Some problems here. And again, it's Luger bringing him up over his head. Another full body press. And it is Flair now, as you see Luger looking at his man in a strange look of intensity on the face of this very handsome young fellow, Lex Luger.
Lex has the look on him, Gordon, as if he is about to go in for the kill. He has no idea in his mind right now how much time has gone by. I don't even believe he's thinking about how many falls involved in this match. Right now he's taking one particular fall at a time, and he feels close to the first one.
And, of course, now time becomes the ally of the champion. As this match moves along deeper and deeper in, and remember now, each time period is 20 minutes. So a 20-minute draw is a 20-minute draw. Ooh! The champion caught him coming in, Luger. Got a fist, and then he caught the flat of the foot right behind the ear. Luger coming up very slowly, and it is Ric Flair now planting the boots into the rib cage of Lex Luger. And Luger smashed into that turnbuckle again. And how quickly the tide of this battle is beginning to turn now as Ric Flair, the champion, has taken all of this punishment and is now turning onto the offensive.
He certainly has. You can hear the crowd in the background. They are stomping their feet. And the intensity has picked up a lot, Gordon. Ric Flair perhaps laying in the lurches somewhat, right over top of us, running that neck along the ring rope of Lex Luger.
And more importantly, I think he caught the eyelid or the eye across that ring rope, and that could have taken its toll on Lex Luger. And if you start to obscure that vision, you've got problems. He catches him with another chop, a ripping right hand, another chop into the throat, another chop into the throat. Luger fires back, and we've got a Pier Sixer breaking out between these two right now, and the champion is down. It is Luger closing in, and Luger begins to throw out the rule book. And the crowd going absolutely berserk as Luger starts to explode a series of hard right hands back at the ear. A high hip toss by the challenger. It is a challenger moving in the black trunks on Ric Flair. An Irish whip into the front. And it is the champion ducking to one side. Luger jamming a knee into that turnbuckle. And Luger's got some problems.
He certainly does. He is really reeling right now. His left knee is giving him a lot of problems. And having played football, Lex, I'm sure, is maybe feeling that pain a little bit more so than maybe having had a block or a tackle on him.
Ooh. The champion timed that one perfectly as he came in and caught that leg, and he's after that knee again of Lex Luger. And so it is Luger now. The challenger, but the challenger in a lot of pain. Flair brings him up. Belly to back souffle on Lex Luger. And Flair, perhaps with a bit more confidence written across his face. punishing that knee even more.
10 minutes.
Well, 10 minutes have gone by, Gordon. It's interesting how things have gone backwards and forwards on this. Now, Ric Flair is in control of this particular 20-minute time period. Lex Luger is taking a lot of punishment on that left knee.
And you've got to say this for the champion. If you catch an opponent and if he's got an injury, go for it. That may sound cruel and hard, but it's the name of the game is win. And it is Flair feinting to the chin and then caught Luger once again with a foot to the knee. And Luger's left knee, and I don't know whether it's visible on camera or not, but it appears to be swelling.
Once again, a terrific blow to that left knee. Ric Flair is showing his championship style and form right now, Gordon. Going to work on that.
It's the figure four. He's gone for the figure four, and brother, Eddie Graham is the one who really put a patent on it, and Ric Flair has used that patent so very, very well. Flair with a figure four, and he's trying to get Luger to concede. Luger holding out against intense and tremendous pain. And Luger, that knee. Flair taking every advantage possible here, getting some extra leverage momentarily with that ring rope. Luger not conceding, and frankly, I think he should. I really do. He is liable to permanently injure that knee.
He certainly is, Gordon. I can speak for it myself. I'm sure he must be feeling some of the cartilage being torn, possible ligament damage in that left knee, but he is sticking in there. All while Ric Flair is using that additional leverage on the ring rope.
I really can't understand how a man could take the kind of pain that Lex Luger has to be taking at this time. And the champion in desperation grabbing those ropes once again. He got the three. He got the 3 count. He got the 3 count. A very unpopular 3 count, I might add. The people here,
7 seconds.
They're very unhappy. So Ric Flair takes the first fall in this 2 out of 3 falls match. We'll be back in 122 seconds.
MASH.
That certainly holds true in this, and I think Lex Luger did exactly the right thing in conceding and giving up, because if not, I don't believe he would still be in the ring. I think they'd be carrying him out on a stretcher because the champion had that figure four cinched down. Luger either gave up or else faced possibly the end of his career. So he is not so egocentric that he would allow that to happen. A good move on his part, a smart move, but he comes into this second fall at a distinct disadvantage.
Absolutely, Gordon. He spent the most of that 2 minutes while we were away nursing that knee, and once again, Ric Flair not wasting any time, going to work on that left knee. Perhaps he has in his mind that he has done enough damage that now if he goes to work against another extremity, he can put away and keep a hold of that World Heavyweight Championship without any, well, a whole lot of effort. He's going to work now on the head.
Well, he's got a one-fall advantage right now on the challenger, Lex Luger, and once again, Flair concentrating on that left leg. And it is Luger rolling to one side, and as he does, Flair comes down rather resoundingly on that gluteus maximus, and that's got to jar the vertebrae pretty severely. And I noticed a bit of a limp as the champion came up. Blocked by Luger.
Here's his test of strength. Lex is showing he may have a bad left knee, but that right knee is still intact.
The champion jammed into that turnbuckle in the crowd, going absolutely bananas now. I think the sentiment of this crowd is definitely gone now with Lex Luger. No question in my mind about it. The champion in the purple trunks. Again, catching those devastating chops into the chest and lower neck. Luger firing back.
Well, it's more of a fisticuffs in here now than it is a wrestling match. Lex is letting know to Ric Flair that even though he's ailing, he's coming on strong.
He's giving it all he's got now, and I can't say that I blame him. He's going to let it all hang out now, or forget it, and his chance is over.
Well, he caught the champion by surprise on that one. Very close to a fall on that one, Gordon.
It was indeed. And, you know, a lot of detractors can make comments about all forms of sports, but when you get down to wrestling, it is indeed a thinking man's sport. And that's exactly what Luger now is trying to do, is outthink the champion. A collision of these two giants in the center of the ring. And now it's Luger with a beautifully executed power slam. He has got him. He got him. He's even the score. Lex Luger is just even the score, taking it with a beautiful power slam.
Lex Luger.
And we'll be back with a third and deciding fall then in this NWA World Championship match right after we pause for these important messages. 20 minutes of time now separating Lex Luger from the NWA World Heavyweight Championship or a retention of the title by Ric Flair. And Flair, and I am not surprised, Flair immediately stalling for time. Flair down in that corner, stalling for time. He knows now that time is his ally. And that is the mark of why this man is 4 times world champion.
Well, it's interesting to note, after the first fall, it was Lex Luger who was feeling pretty bad, was unable to walk around, even trying to extend that knee. And now, at the end of the second fall, in which it is even, one apiece, it was Ric Flair who was kind of begging for a little bit more time there, a little bit of mercy.
And Luger, although he is moving remarkably well, has got his problems with that leg. He is not as steady on that leg as he could be. And I'll tell you what, and you know how many times you can sprain an ankle, mess up a knee or what have you. If you're in the heat of competition, you don't notice it. But the next day, brother, that's when you're not able to walk. Hey, Butte. Oh! Flair gambled and lost on this one. Flair gambled and lost, came up on the ropes, thought with that knee, the way it was, that he would be able to crush him underneath. And Luger, with that fantastic upper body strength, turned the tide on him.
Very close, Gordon. Lex Luger is going to work right now on Ric Flair. Twice now he has gotten the 2 count. Very, very close to that World Heavyweight Championship. I'm sure he can just feel it, smell it, and breathe it.
You can feel it in the air now. The intensity in this beautiful ocean center is at an all-time high, and it is Lex Luger keeping that bear hug on the champion. And he's right around with that very, very bad bruise just under the rib cage of the champion, Ric Flair. So that's got to be putting added pain to the champion.
I was going to mention, Gordon, that perhaps Lex Luger during that last break had an opportunity to identify and see that particular bruise. May be the reason he is going with that particular move against Ric Flair to give him more pain. Ric is in tremendous amount of pain. He's not grabbing his side, as you might imagine, but he is in a lot of pain.
He is indeed, and now, but look at Flair, the champion that he is, coming after his man. And that's one thing about Ric Flair. He'll bring the battle to you. Great, great athlete, no question about it. Well, you don't gain that title 4 different times. Oh, brother, a lariat by the challenger. And almost a count of 3. A heartbeat away from that World Heavyweight Championship.
You could feel everyone holding their breath on that count, Gordon. Right at the end of count 2, everyone took a deep breath, wanting to let out a cheer, but it didn't come about. Champion, all the way outside of the ring at this time.
Over the top rope, but it looks like Flair trying to call for, let's watch it carefully here. Flair coming up.
5 minutes.
15 minutes remaining now in this third and final fall of the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
I think he kind of got Lex Luger a little false security there. Rick was looking like he was having a lot of trouble coming back into the ring. And quickly,
each man vying for a backslide if he can get it, and it looks like Luger. Look, no, sir. Flair rolls the shoulder away. And that's where the years of experience in the ring just paid off for Ric Flair. Now back with an elbow into the top of the head, then smashes Luger. So Flair beginning to change his strategy now. He's headhunting now. is Flair, the champion, hurdling Lex Luger, hoping, I am sure, to do some additional damage to that knee if he can.
Well, this has brought the crowd to their feet, Gordon. Ric Flair right now getting ready to acquaint Lex Luger with the table right next to our ring here. Very close to the camera.
As I said before, he's headhunting now.
Literally.
And Luger coming up very, very slowly.
Well, it was just a few moments ago. It was Lex Luger helping Ric Flair into the ring, and now it's just the other way around. Tables have turned. This is a seesaw battle, Gordon.
Front face lock now, and an underhook on the arm, and Flair trying for that pinning combination, utilizing that foot on the rope, trying to get the extra leverage. And again, Luger able to power away from it. And Luger, I can't tell whether he's just developed a massive bruise on that leg or whether it's dirt that he may have picked up from outside the ring.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on it. It is on that left leg that he did take a lot of damage to the left knee.
Massive discoloration there, but it's difficult to tell. I believe, however, that it is perhaps just something that was picked up from contact to that floor outside the ring. Power out again, and the great upper body strength of Lex Luger proves itself once again.
Tremendous hit to the chest, Gordon. Each time we hear that, we're very close to the ring. I can almost feel myself shake from it. Ric Flair has been doing a lot of damage to Lex Luger. Once too many went to the well, Gordon.
Exactly, and it is Flair, the champion now, who could be in trouble as Lex Luger moves in on him, and Lex Luger deciding to pay back in kind some of the treatment he's had. He's dragging that leg outside the ring, smashing it on the outside of the ring apron. And so Luger, who has had tremendous pain in his own left leg, now retaliating against the right leg of the World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair. Flair coming back to his feet, moving in on Luger as he comes through the ropes. And Luger in trouble on the ring apron. Referee Bill Alfonso warning the champion, and now it is Luger trying to come back inside. Luger up and over his man, trying to bring him back, trying to get those legs at Flair. Grab those ropes. He's got...
Very close.
Thought he had him.
We were within a hair on having a new world champion right then. Very close to that. It was interesting just before Lex Luger went into that particular move, our eyesight caught, and it was interesting to see the intensity in his mind. He wants it. He is hungry, Gordon.
He is indeed, and 50% of the time has been taken up right now so far. 10 minutes remaining in this 20-minute time period. And it's the sleeper hold. It is the sleeper hold, and this is what Flair has been waiting for. One mistake. He caught the chink in the armor of Lex Luger, the challenger, and it's Ric Flair with the sleeper hold. And this, I'm afraid, is going to be all she wrote for Lex Luger, the challenger.
Well, I think you might be right, Gordon. Right now, the crowd going nuts. They're stomping their feet as if they might be able to arouse Lex Luger very close to being out here in this sleeper hold by Ric Flair. He is fighting it off. But the champion is exactly that, Gordon. He knows that he was just waiting for that opportune moment to find that chink in the armor, and he, I believe, may have done so.
Luger in a world of trouble now, and the referee, once again, Bill Alfonso, and Luger slowly sinking to the canvas, and blackness may be settling in. No, sir, he's got that arm up. He is indicating, and the referee checked to see if that arm was limp. It was not, and look at Luger.
Both men are sweating profusely. It's hard to keep a grip like that, I would imagine, Gordon. And that perhaps might have been to the benefit of Lex Luger trying to get out of that hold, and he did.
I think you have an excellent point there, Stan, and it's the champion down. The champion in a lot of problems here, but I think you're exactly right. I think Flair was having trouble cinching down with that figure, with the sleeper hold, rather. That served to the advantage. Luger was able to get his head moving, and the carotid arteries might have slipped to one side, and that way he avoided being rendered unconscious.
Uh-oh.
And Luger retaliating. And the champion moving desperately now, trying to get away from that sleeper hold being applied by the challenger. Brother, you talk about two great minds operating in the same channel. We've got it here.
We certainly do. It's interesting. Just a few moments ago, it was Ric Flair with the sleeper hold on Lex Luger, and now tables have turned. And Lex figured if it worked for Rick, it's going to work for me. But still, I would have to say the perspiration plays a mighty important role in here as Rick is trying to reach out for the ring rope.
Flair trying desperately to get into those ropes, and Flair is down. And at this, this may be in a disadvantaged position here. He's got his foot on the ropes.
Got the 2 count, but that foot is on the rope. The champion definitely showing he has a presence of mind to know where he is in the ring at all times.
That forces the break, and, well, a relative break, if you will. And it is, again, he can feel it running through his system.
He is taunting the crowd, Gordon, no doubt about it. It's amazing, after all the punishment he has taken by Ric Flair, that he was able to do that, but it may have cost him.
Well, I'll tell you, he was trying to psych out the champion. He was trying to let the champion know, hey, you've thrown your best at me, and you still don't have me pinned. I've got you going in your mind. And you don't tell Ric Flair that. You just don't do it. Good block and a counter. And the champion, he was walking on suspended time as far as I'm concerned.
Well, there was a blank look when he walked over to referee Bill Alfonso. There was nothing registering in those eyes.
15 minutes, 5 minutes remaining in the match. 5 minutes remaining.
And the voice of the timekeeper, Jerry Prater, 5 minutes remaining.
Well, we've heard the cliche, time will tell, and it's going to absolutely be the key figure here. One apiece are the falls for each Lex Luger and Ric Flair.
You know, it's interesting to note, Stan, that the average pro football game in actual body contact goes, if you count actual body contact, there's about 14 and a half to 15 minutes of actual body contact in a pro game. These two men have been going at it hammer and tong now for an equivalent of an entire pro football game, and they're still going after it.
They
no
certainly
half
are.
times.
But that just shows the tremendous physical conditioning that both men have gone through. Of course, they don't train as you would for a professional football team or baseball team. However, with Lex Luger and his background in professional sports, and the same thing with Ric Flair, it's paying off for both.
And it is Flair.
4 minutes.
4 minutes remaining, and Flair was the one jammed into that ring post, and Flair desperately shaking his head, trying to get rid of those cobwebs, and Flair has been lacerated. Flair, when he hit that steel ring post, a severe laceration on his head, and it is, again, Lex Luger jamming the champion's head into that steel ring post, and Luger is after him. Smashing him again on the table just outside the ring, and the champion shaking his head, trying to get it together now, trying to get back into that ring, climbing up on the ring ropes. He's big at the pinfall, and now Luger.
3 minutes remaining.
Well, he's found the weak link here, Gordon, and he's going to work on that. He does remember what Ric Flair was doing to that knee just a few minutes ago.
Flair backing up into the corner to our right now, and Luger closing in on him, and Luger is, I think, Flair up and over that top rope and down on the ring apron. And it is Luger now moving resolutely against him, but it is Flair who caught him and caught that left leg once again.
Well, Ric Flair, with all the blood coming out of his forehead, he still has a presence of mind that he did do some initial injury to that left knee, and he remembered it. It's amazing, the ability of the champion.
Ric Flair moving back into the ring. Time continues to move here. And it is Flair again after the left leg of Lex Luger. And he's going for the figure four.
Remaining in the match. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the match, and it is Luger caught in that figure 4. And it is a champion Flair getting the ring ropes for that extra leverage. What a tremendous battle between these two.
Well, it looks as if Ric Flair thinks it's just a matter of moments. It actually is a little less than 2 minutes left in this match.
Look at this. Luger has just reversed. Very rarely will you ever see this occur in the annals of professional wrestling, that he has just reversed the figure 4 leg lock. And Flair was forced to break it because that puts reverse pressure, and then the person applying the hold is taking the pressure instead of the man to whom the hold was applied. And so Flair had to break it. And that is very, very rarely seen. A credit here to Lex Luger, and a credit, I must say, to whomever he's been working with, and I have a hunch that may be Roop.
1 minute remaining in the match.
1 minute left to go here, Gordon. Both men, they have been going at it for a tremendous amount of time. Ric Flair looking the worse for wear with the blood coming out of his forehead. However, Lex Luger, I'm sure, has got a tremendous amount of swelling to that left knee. It's just a matter of time.
Less than 60 heartbeats away. And it is Flair now issuing all the punishment he can. And it's Luger.
30 seconds remaining.
Reversing it. 30 seconds. There's the power slam. And no, Flair got it up. Flair got that shoulder up just in the nick of time. You heard the count just a moment ago. 30 seconds away. And it's Luger going for the 15 seconds away. 15 seconds. Remember, it only takes 1, 2, 3, and it's all over.
We're very close, within 10.
5 seconds.
No way can he do it now. No way can he do it now. And Luger not even aware of the bell.
These men are so intensified into this match. I would have to say you're right, Gordon. Neither one has heard the bell. However, Ric Flair has felt it, and so has Lex Luger.
All right, 1 fall each, and it is a draw, and Ric Flair retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Ric Flair came in the champion, is leaving the champion, but I'll tell you what, I don't think he wants to meet up with Lex Luger again. Luger certainly acquitted himself extremely well. A 1 fall draw between these two.
The time limit has expired. The referee declares the match a draw.
All right, well, we have another championship coming up. Barry Windham going up against Ron Bass for the Florida title. A great tribute to both of these men, Ric Flair and Lex Luger.